Welcome back to NerdMDs StackBytes, where we turn one of our latest Substack posts into a 10-minute power session. This allows our subscribers to listen to a discussion about recent content to further digest our NerdMDs content. We are here for you readers and listeners. The link to the Substack article will be in the show notes. Sit back and relax and enjoy this most recent NerdMDs StackByte. How much of medicine is actually just an algorithm? It's a question that sounds pretty simple, maybe even obvious, but the answer is what separates the technologists who truly understand healthcare from the ones who get it completely wrong. Because yes, some of medicine is very structured, predictable, almost code-like, but the heart of medicine, that's a different story. Welcome back to the NerdMDs StackBytes, where I'm going to break down the intersections of medicine, tech, and everything in between. In snackable episodes you can listen to on your commute or between cases. I'm Adam Carewe, a physician who spends way too much time thinking about how technology tries, and often fails, to capture the complexity of care. Today, we're going to dive into the question that sits right at the intersection. How much of medicine is actually an algorithm? And what happens when the algorithm runs out? So let's start with the obvious. Medicine does have algorithms. Clinical decision trees, order sets, protocols. Think STEMI pathways, stroke alerts, sepsis bundles for the clinicians out there. We memorize them in training because they save lives when seconds matter. In emergency medicine and the ICU, algorithms bring order to chaos. They reduce mistakes, standardize best practices, and make fast, coordinated action possible. And in those settings, technology that encodes and amplifies those algorithms is a game changer. That's the algorithmic core of medicine. But then what? Real life doesn't stick to the script. Most patients don't fit neatly into a guideline. They come with 5 comorbidities, conflicting evidence, competing priorities, and values that don't show up in PubMed. At that point, the algorithm ends and the doctor begins, because medicine isn't just executing a flowchart. It's holding responsibility and uncertainty, making the best call you can with incomplete information, and yes, living with the consequences. This is where we get the so-called art of medicine. Historically, medicine was always seen as some more than technical knowledge. The Greeks called it techni, I think it's techni, a craft that required both skill and wisdom. Hippocrates emphasized observation, context, and judgment. Galen wrote about the temperament of the patient, not just the disease. Today, that art looks like listening deeply, reading body language, sensing when something's off, even if the labs are normal, knowing when not to act, and occasionally knowing when to break the rules. Philosophically, it's about humanity in the face of uncertainty, courage when there's no perfect answer, integrity in navigating ambiguity. None of those can be automated, at least not yet. From the outside, medicine looks like a giant decision tree, so people think, why not just build a smarter system? But until you stood at the bedside at 3 a.m. with a crashing patient and no clear guideline, you won't grasp the weight of what medicine requires. That's why I say no product will ever fully replace a doctor. Tools can guide, systems can support, but the judgment, intuition, and emotional labor, that's human. And this isn't anti-innovation. It's a call for partnership. If you're building in healthcare, don't assume medicine is just an optimization puzzle. It's not code to be perfected. It's a human commitment. We don't need another doctor replacement app. We need collaborators who respect the depth of what care really is and build with us, not around us. So how much of medicine is actually an algorithm? Enough to give us structure, but not enough to capture the whole. The real practice lives in the gray, where guidelines end and judgment begins. If this resonated, check out the full post on my Substack for more depth. And as always, if you're enjoying these mini episodes, hit subscribe, share with a colleague, and let's keep this conversation alive. Because the future of healthcare won't be built by algorithms alone. It'll be built by humans and machines working together. Thank you for listening to Efficiency Unlocked, Nerd Tested, MD Approved, a NerdMDs podcast by Drs. Adam Carewe and Dale Gold.